Okay, shall we get started then? Okay, let's start sitting up in our staff position with your feet straight out in front of you. Put your hands behind you, stretch your spine up, stretching up. Now we're going to prepare for sitting cross-legged. So bend your left leg, grab your toes. If you're able to, thread the fingers between the toes. Otherwise, just grab the toes and move your ankle around. Move your foot around so you have a circle for your ankles. Just moving around in circles. And then stop and circle the other direction. Just letting your foot relax. Your hands are doing the work. Then just grab all the toes, bring the foot slightly down and pull straight out, stretching the top of your foot on the instep, stretching it out. And then flexing your foot, grabbing your toes with the other hand, pushing the heel out, and pulling the toes in towards your calf, your shin. Holding that stretch. And relax that foot. Now the other foot, if you can, you thread your fingers between the toes. If not, just grab all the toes, making circles, circling in one direction, and then circling in the other direction. Then just release, then grab all the toes. Pull your foot slightly down and out, so you're stretching on the instep. Pulling back on the foot. Now flex your foot, grab the toes, grasp the heel with your fingers and thumb, and pull the heel out and pull the toes towards you. And then release. Just relax your legs. Lean slightly back, bend your knees, bring your feet a bit apart, and bring your knees from side to side in a hip roll. Side to side. We'll warm up for the hip. Just a few more. Okay, stretch your legs out, stretching tall again. Cross the left ankle over the right. Bring your legs into cross-legged. And we'll do some breathing now. So hands resting lightly on your knees. Stretch your spine up. Drop your gaze. Breathing in and out through your nose, taking complete breaths. We'll take about 7 or 8 big breaths. Just inhaling fully. Right down to the bottom, middle, and top of your lung, and exhaling fully. Just continue with the breath. Just a few more. On your next exhale, lower your chin forward and hold. A couple of breaths. Then trace your collarbone over towards the left side and bring your left ear to your left shoulder and hold. Taking a couple breaths. Lower your chin forward again. Taking 2 breaths. Trace your collarbone over towards the right side, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Back to the center, then raise your head. Stretch your chin upward. If you need a little bit of support for your neck, support your neck as you look upward. Turning to upright. Now we're going to shrug your shoulders up under your ears. Bring them back, down, and around. Making little circles with your shoulders. Forward and up and back and down. Just one more time. Stop and go the other way. Back and up, forward and down. Back, up, forward and down. Just do one more time. Shrug your shoulders up under your ears and relax them down. Now stretch your left arm out, bring it out to the side, all the way back behind you, turning your head to look behind you. Reaching far back. Reach your arm out and across, pressing it against your upper chest and turning your head the other direction. We'll repeat that on the same side, stretching out all the way back, turning your head to keep your eyes on your hand, and then reaching forward and all the way across, pressing against your upper chest. Stretching the back of the shoulder. Relaxing that shoulder. Other side. Stretching your arm forward, out, all the way back, turning your head. Rolling your eyes behind you. Reaching forward and across, turning your head the other way. And again, reaching out, reaching all the way back, stretching back. Then reaching your arm forward, reaching across, pressing against your upper chest. And relaxing your shoulders. Shrug your shoulders one more time. Let them drop down, relax. Stretch your legs out. Bouncing your knees out, relaxing your ankles. Stretching your spine tall, cross the right ankle over the left and come into cross-legged. Stretching up tall. Hands beside you, we're doing a little side stretch. So inhale, exhale, folding to the side. Inhaling up and exhale, folding to the other side. And again. Let your breath take you through the movement. This time, bring your other arm up in line with your ear and stretch across, reaching across as far as you can. Holding for 3 more breaths. Reaching up, we'll stretch over to the other side. Reaching across, holding, arm in line with your ear. And coming back upward. We'll do a little twist. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. One more time. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, place your palms on the floor. Move your hands forward. Bend your elbows, trying to bring your elbows to the floor. Drop your head. Hold. Stretching out the lower back. Stretching up. Now bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. And your right hand behind the middle of your back. Pulling on your knee to twist a little stronger twist. Turning your head to look to the side or behind you. Holding. Don't forget to breathe. Twisting to the front. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand behind the middle of your back. Pulling out gently on your knee. Stretching. Round close. Coming back. The middle, place your hands on the floor and stretch forward one more time. Attempting to bring your elbows to the floor, and if you're really flexible, you can get to the floor. Coming back upright, bring your hands around behind you, palms on the floor, fingertips facing back, stretch up and over. Looking up unless there's a neck problem, arching the back upward, bring the chest up and forward. Coming back into sitting up, stretch your legs out into staff position. Balancing out your legs, relaxing your ankles. Cross your left ankle over the right, stretch tall, then folding right from the top of the leg. Slide your hands forward as far as you can, going into a forward stretch. Let your neck relax. If you want, you can grab the toe on the lower leg and flex that foot for a little stronger stretch and holding. Just another breath. Coming back upright, stretch tall, uncross, and put the right ankle over the left. And folding forward, bring your hands forward and reach down your legs as far as you can. Folding, and then fold. Relax your neck. If you want, you can grab the toes on the lower foot and flex that foot. Breathing. And coming back upright, relaxing your legs. Now we're going to a little deeper stretch. Inhale, reaching your arms up, lengthening up. Fold forward, reaching as far forward as you can, and drop your hands down. Wherever they come to, continue fold until you reach your limit. And ease up just a little, about half an inch, and that's your hold. So you go as far as you can, and then just ease up just a little bit for your holding position. Breathing while you're holding. Thinking about another 3 more big breaths. And reaching forward a little bit further and stretching up and lowering your arms down, relaxing your legs. Let's bring our feet apart into a wide straddle next, or a side stretch. Pull back the extra muscle on both sides, stretching yourself tall. Sort of move a little bit, get settled into it, then reach your arm down your left leg to touch your toe, or as far down the leg as you can. Holding towards that side, reach the other arm up, and reaching towards the toe with the top hand. If you're able to, you can touch the toe with the top hand as well, and come right down onto your leg. Otherwise, just reaching across as far as you can, and hold it. Don't forget to breathe. Stretching up, we'll go to the other side. Stretching tall, reach your hand along the leg. If you're able to, you can grab your toes. Reach the other arm up and reaching across. If you're able to, you can touch your toe. If you're able to go further, you can come right down, bringing the side of your rib cage onto your leg. So reaching across as far as you can and folding. Another couple breaths. Stretching up, stretching tall again. Place your hands in front of you and walk them forward as far as you can. Just walking your hands forward. If you can, your elbows will come to the floor. You might even be able to get your forehead to the floor, just stretching forward. Inching your fingers forward a little bit further as you continue to hold. Breathing. Walk your hands back towards you. Bring your legs in together, hugging them up against your chest in a resting warrior. Let your forehead drop onto your knees, just relaxing your inner thigh. Okay, raise your head. We're going into spine balance next. So stretch your spine up. Release your legs. Lean back a bit and stretch the legs up. If up is too hard, you can have the legs bent, or you can have them stretched up. Whichever works for you, either spine balance pose, the legs straight up, or the legs bent at the knees. Holding that, breathing, keeping the spine stretched up straight. Bend your knees in. And this time, grab your toes. We'll do another variation. Grab your toes. Stretch one leg up. As long as you can stretch it straight. It might be a little bit bent. If you can't straighten it, holding the toes. This time, it's a little more of a balance. So sometimes you fall over backwards. That's okay. And don't forget to breathe while holding the spine balance variation. If you need to have the knees a bit bent, have the knees bent. Coming down. Again. Bring your legs. Now we're going to bring your knees up and go into a full spinal twist. You bend your knees up. Bring your left heel to the outside of the right hip. This foot can stay here for a gentle variation. For the complete spinal twist, you put your foot on the outside of the leg, stretch tall. And you have your right knee up, so your left hand comes around to the outside, either your hand or your whole arm, whatever you can reach. The other arm comes behind the middle of your spine, turning and looking to the side, twist to the ribs around. Breathing while you hold. You take about 5 big breaths in the posture. Twisting to the front, unwrapping your legs. Sitting with your knees up. Now bring the right heel to the outside of the left hip. This foot can stay here for a gentle version. You bring the foot to the outside of that leg. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee, the left hand behind the middle of your spine. Pulling gently on the knee as you twist. And turn your gaze to look to the side or even behind you, if you're able to. Breathing while you're holding. Twisting back to the front. Toss it cross leg, bring your hands in front of you and come over into all fours into a cat. So in your all fours position, we'll start with the breathing, which is called the cat-cow breathing. Inhale, raising your chin, and lowering your back. Exhale, rounding the back up and rocking the chin forward. About 5 more breaths. Inhaling, chin comes up. Exhale. Rock comes up and your chin comes in. When you're finished, return to your tabletop position. And now we're going into downward dog. So move your hands and hand length forward on the mat. Tuck your toes under. Start pressing back, stretching back with the shoulders, and then start lifting the knees off the floor. Pressing back. Drop your head to look towards your knees. If you're able to, lower the heels to the floor. If not, you can bend one knee and press the other heel to the floor and alternate, pressing one heel to the floor at a time in a working dog. Otherwise, bring both heels to the floor, keeping that strong stretch in the shoulders. Breathing, letting your neck relax as you look towards your knees. Taking a couple more big breaths. Holding. Now we're going to go into the pigeon nest to bring all your weight onto your right foot and raise your left leg straight up in the air. Straight up in the air. Stretching it right up. And bend that knee and bring your knee all the way forward to between your hands. Stretch the other leg back, stretching out the toe behind you. Bring your chest upright and holding in your pigeon. Breathing. Make sure that your hips are squared to the front. We're going into the bowing pigeon from here. So fold forward over that leg, bending your elbows. If you're able to, you can bring your forehead to the floor. Holding over that front leg. Then let's stretch at the back of that hip. Breathing while you're holding. Relaxing into it. Place your hands on either side of your leg, stretching up into your pigeon. Tuck your back toe under. Move that leg back into cat and then stretch back upward into your downward dog. Holding for a couple of breaths, stretching out the shoulders. Now transfer your weight onto your left foot. Raise the right leg straight up in the air. Stretching out that lower tummy. Then bend that knee and bring it all the way forward between your hands. Bring the other leg back as far as you can, then point the toe on the leg that's back behind you and coming up as far as you can in your pigeon. Breathing. more big breath. Hold forward over that front leg, your elbows to the floor. Bring your chest towards your head. Relaxing your neck. Breathing when you're holding. One more breath. Bring your hands beside your knee, stretching up into pigeon. At the back toe under, bring the other knee back in a tap or tabletop position. From here, we're going into the serpent. So shift your weight forward, lower your hips towards the floor, bring your chest forward and hold. You stretch out your toes if you want. Breathe while you hold. Tuck your toes under, and just pressing back, and then lifting the hips up into another downward dog, pressing those heels towards the floor, stretching up the back, and walk your hands towards your feet. So you're in a forward bend. So holding that forward bend, walking your hands towards the feet, coming into a forward bend. Your forward bend. Stretch your arms forward, line your ears, and come up to standing, stretching up. And lower the arms down. Okay, standing tall in mountain pose. You just get into a nice mountain pose first. With the knees and the hip and the shoulder lined up. Taking a couple breaths. We're going into a chest expander. So turn your left foot out. Or turn sideways on your mat. Turn your left foot out. Take a step back. And straighten both knees out. Bring your arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers and stretch the arms out. Push the arms away from your back and curl backwards. You're standing back in with arms in each other. Coming back upright and then fold over that front leg, pressing those arms up in the air. You bring your chest towards the leg, your arms as high as you can. Holding that and breathe. Keep those arms pressed up and away from your body. Coming up, unclasp your hands and step forward. We're going to do the other side. So turn your other foot out, take a step back, straighten both legs up. Bring your hands around behind your back, interlace your fingers. Push the hands away from your body and curl backward into a chest expander. Back bend. Breathing while you're holding. Coming back up to the middle and fold over that front leg, keeping those arms pressed away from your body. Folding over the front leg. Arms stretching up. Breathing. Just a couple more breaths. Coming back upright, unclasping your hands and relaxing. Relaxing, a little bit of a twisting from side to side. Okay, now we're going to do an arm wrap. So standing with your feet in mountain pose, your feet just a little bit apart if you want. Cross the left arm over the right above the elbow. Cross back below the elbow. Have your hands either fingers straight or fingers curled. Now from here we stretch the arms up and we do a standing baby eagle back bend. Curling back, stretching the arms up and breathing. Stretching out the back of the shoulder. Coming back to mountain pose. Shrug your shoulders, relax your shoulders. We'll do the other side. Cross the right arm over the left above the elbow. Cross back below the elbow. You can interlace the fingers or have them straight. Stretch the elbows up as far as you can. And then curl back. Don't let the hips move forward. But keep the lower body straight up and down. Just curl going up out of the above the waist and into the back. Breathing. Coming back up, unwrapping your arms. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your body, twisting again. Okay, now we're going to go into the eagle balance. You have to get near the wall for that for this one. Okay, for the eagle balance, your knees are bent and you're bending forward when you're standing in the eagle. So starting with your knees a little bit bent, you cross the left leg over the right above the knee and then peek the toe around the lower leg. You're curling forward a bit. Now your opposite arm goes over top. And there's your eagle. Folding forward from the hip and breathing. You want you to have your fingers straight. Some people like the fingers straight. It's just a different style. Now this one's good for your legs, the circulation in your legs, and some balance. Just breathing while you're folding and unwrapping from the eagle, stretching out. We'll do the eagle to the other side. So now the other leg goes over top, crosses above the knee, crosses back below the knee so the toe can peek around the back of the leg. Opposite arm over top, curling forward from the hip and holding and breathing. When you unwrap, just unwrapping your arms and legs, stretching out. And now we're going into a cosmic circles to relax the shoulders after this last two exercises. Just leaning over, let your arm move in those circles, just relaxing the shoulders. Going the other direction. And then swinging back and forth. Other side, leaning over, moving your arm in little circles. Little circles the other direction. And swing your arm gently back and forth. Okay, coming back to standing in mountain pose. Now we're going into a triangle, so bring your feet into a fairly wide stance. Turn your left toe out 90 degrees, right toe in 45 degrees. Bend is right at the top of the hip. As you reach out and bring that arm down, the back of the leg. The other hand goes straight up, so you have a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. And hold. Stretching up, we'll go to the other side. Turning your left to right toe out 90 degrees, left toe in 45 degrees. Bending right at the top of the leg. Bring your hand down behind your ankle or behind your calf, the other arm straight up. Holding and breathing. And stretching up, coming up. Stepping your feet together. And we're going to come down now into a squat. So turn your toes out, put your palms together, and come right down into a squat, squatting in between your knees. Place your forehead on your fingertips. Holding that. Squatting is very relaxing for the lower back. And then come over to lying on your feet. We'll have to move, rearrange that. Computer, so come over to lying on your back. See it? Yeah. Coming over to lying on your back. And we'll do a little tummy exercise. Interlace your fingers under the back of your head so the thumb is touching the point of your jaw. Bend your left knee and curl up, curl. And just hold, looking towards your feet. Lower your head, straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, and curl. Lowering your head down, bring your arms out to the sides. Now bend both knees in towards your chest. Lower them towards the right side, but don't let them touch the floor. So they're off the floor, so you're feeling it on the side of the tummy there. You're exercising those obliques. Those are like fingers, muscles like little fingers on either side of your tummy. So you're exercising and stretching and strengthening those obliques. Bring your knees over to the other side. Don't let them touch the floor. Holding them just off the floor. Breathing. Back to the middle and over to the first side again. We'll do each side twice. Letting those knees off the floor. So you're feeling the muscles working to keep them up. And over to the other side, keeping those knees off the floor, so your muscles on the side of your tummy are working. Coming back to the middle, put your feet flat on the floor, bring your arms to your sides, now stretch out the front of the body by lifting the hips up. Round your shoulders back if you want, and interlace your fingers underneath you if you're able to. Otherwise, hands flat on the floor in a bridge. Just stretching out the tummy muscle that we exercise. Unclasp your hands if your hands are unclasped. Lower your body down. Tuck your knees in again, and this time lower your knees all the way to the floor and hold, relaxing the back. Bring your knees up and over to the other side. Let your legs relax on the floor, relaxing your back, breathing. Back to the middle and stretch your legs straight up. Cross the left ankle in front of the right and bend your knees, and then grab your toes, pulling your legs in towards your chest, holding onto the feet, breathing, holding onto your feet. Get a nice little stretch in the lower back. Let go of your toes, stretch your legs up, cross the right ankle in front of the left, bend your knees again, and grab onto your toes one more time, pulling your legs in towards your chest and holding. And breathing. Stretching your legs up, uncrossing. See, reaching up, see if you can grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, just reach your arms up. And the feet in the air pose, holding that and breathing. And bend your knees in towards your chest. Hands on your knees, move them around in little circles so all different parts of the lower back are touching the floor. Just circling around and circle around the other way. All different parts of your back are touching the floor. Lower your feet to the floor, stretch your legs out one at a time for complete relaxation. And I think we can just, I don't know if you want to do the relaxation, just fine as your legs stretched out, hands with your palms open, flatten through the shoulders. Focus your attention on your breath, letting your breath come and go without any effort on your part. If you find your thoughts wandering, just consciously bring them back to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And relaxing. Now bring your arms out to the side, stretch them above your head, stretch right from your fingertips to your heels, And bend your knees and roll over to your side and bring yourself up to seated. Okay. So I think it's just the two of us now, and we lost Fred along the line. It's just the two of us here. Can you hear me?